still the learning process. He will come again. I wouldn't mind seeing that fight again. Anyway, this is the way it's ended tonight, with a win for Tony Pace.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee Marcus McDonald scores the contest 39 points to 38. The winner in the red corner from Talbot Green, Tony Pace. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the Gareth Francis Luke Robinson.
39 points to 38. Tony Pace, one of the fighters that we've come to enjoy on Box Nation. Richard gets a really good win.
You can say that again, John. This may not be my game, but I told you about him, didn't I?
You did back in October. You said
that boy can fight.
Yeah, you were back in October. That was. We'll give you your credit there, Richard. This fella here, as soon as we saw Frank camera, then he said, "I fancy an upset in this fight tonight."
Why did you fancy an upset?
Styles make fights, and I think Francis Robinson's style is right for Tony Pace, and Tony Pace style's wrong for his. You know, Tony Pace was due a win. He's a tough fighter. He's been matched very hard, and tonight you can see just relentless pressure. It was nice little low blow in the third round, and the ref didn't see. But you know, apart from that, I thought Tony Pace dominated the fight. I think Francis Robinson, he tried to box for the first couple of rounds, used his legs a lot, got tired, and then he was trying to fight Tony Pace's own game, which is up close, showing a lot of leather, which he couldn't do.
Was that supposed to happen?
I've got to say, it's not a massive upset. You know, I'd call it a minor upset. Hey, it wasn't supposed to. He was East the House fighting.
Exactly.
I wouldn't call it the biggest upset, or more a minor upset, but he was hurting him as well in the last round.
But what does this do for Robinson?
Hey, look, his dad's going to come back from adversity plenty of times, so he'll go back to the drawing board. His dad won't give up by any stretch. You know, he'll use his dad. He should use his dad as a springboard for what he can do, because his dad come back from so many setback losses and become a world champion. He was South Wales' Cinderella man.
The Snake had a nasty bite tonight, and here he is with Bunce.
Thanks very much, fellas. Thanks very much indeed. Tony, only the second win in 6, but surely the sweetest possible victory.
Yeah, well, I knew I had to do it. He's a good boxer, so I had to keep the pressure on. But they changed it. Well, they changed the full round instead of 6. 6 would have favored me, to be honest.
6 would have suited you better.
Yeah, but I would have done what I've done what I had to do now in the 4th, so just move on and progress now.
Now, you've been in some hard fights. We've talked about it before. Ronnie Heffron, the Lewis Reese fight, and I appreciate your brave, and I appreciate you're good enough. You've got the amateur pedigree. You've certainly got the pedigree here. But would you? I'll ask you. I'll come to you in a second, Di. But would you like to see slightly not easier fights, but sort of fights where you're not up against it quite so much?
Yeah, well, what it was, I want to get a good experience. I've got that now, but I ain't promoted. I ain't got no sponsors. If I had that, I'd be able to go a bit slower. Do you know what I mean? Because I haven't got no support, because I've never been so good in the amateur. I haven't got no promoter, so I got to learn how to really.
Di is learning the hard way. He's coming through. You know, you're no stranger to having fight. You know, guys come through the hard way. But do you think it's time now to maybe give him not necessarily easy fights, but fights where he doesn't have to fight flat out just to get a draw or a close win?
Well, I wish he could, but nobody fight him. We've had about 5 or 6 different opponents. Everyone pulls out. So I mean, it's been hard. You know, he boxed Heffron, and since he boxed Heffron, it's been really hard work. But Tony's down to lightweight now, so I mean, he's going to be a force.
Yeah, he certainly is going to be a force. Now, you worked with Steve Robinson, who of course is in Luke's corner for a long time, and there was moments where I saw Luke there that reminded me a little bit of Steve. Just when he was looking for shots and cagey.
Yeah, he didn't have. He seems a better boxer than Steve, but he didn't have Steve's determination. Steve will open up with about 8 or 9 shots and keep it there. Like, he didn't seem to have that when he wasn't allowed to. Tony wasn't allowed to do it anyway.
No, you certainly were. Listen, well done, Tony. Nice to speak to you again. Right, let's hope that we see more of the Snake. Let's hope he becomes one of our fights. Let's hope we get him in some big fights. Because down the line, lightweight or light welter, I know that Steve Lillis will agree. I'm sure Enzo will, and I know you're a big fan of his, Richard. Wouldn't it be great to have the Snake on board?
I was just thinking that, funny enough, Steve. He said his trainer that he struggled to get fights since Heffron. After that, is he going to find it more difficult?
Yeah, he will find it more difficult. He's he's close to home. He's on the road as such, and he's sprung an upset against someone who had a former world champion and his dad in his corner. And you know, there will be more careful. What you'll most probably get,